Once you learn this hack, you are going to be able to organize all of your ribbons and threads, no matter how skinny or how thick they are. Hello, hello. Welcome to sunnydaystamping.com. I'm Julie Baca, and I have an awesome solution for you today for tidying up those ribbons. I don't know about you, but this is normally what my ribbons look like. And like before I get on camera, I all tidy them up and put all the mess to the back. But this is normally what they look like, and it drives me nuts. But I was scrolling through Instagram this morning and saw a reel from the Pampered Stamper. I wrote down her name, the Pampered Stamper, Jackie VanderSar, and she learned this idea from Brenda Quintana, and I was like, holy cow, this is awesome. So I put my little spin on it, and I'm gonna show you how easy this is to tidy up your ribbons. All you're gonna need is some paper, some scissors, some glue, and a hole punch. Like, this is quick and easy, which is right up my alley, and also super cheap to do. Let's get started. This is all you need to organize all of your ribbons. You need a paper trimmer or something that can cut strips of paper. We're using thick basic white cardstock, but you could also use other cardstock, colored cardstock. Just make sure it is nice and thick. You're also going to need some hole punches. I use the round, let me turn these over. I use the round one for threads, and then this more of a slit for the other ribbons. It works perfectly. This is such a versatile pack of punches. It is sold out right now until July 21st. But anyway, now you need some snips and also just some glue. So I'm using just a half sheet of cardstock. And you're going to need pieces that are 1/2 inch by 5.5. For most of your spools, this size is going to work. I'm going to show you at the end how to adjust it for a wide spool and also for a tiny one. I'm going to show you how to do this with the regular spool. This is the no measuring method. I've seen other people do it where they're measuring, but that was a lot of work. So anyway, I put mine through until there's about 1 inch sticking out, and I'm going to fold that up. You want this to not extend past your spool. That's kind of like all you need to worry about. Then we're just going to wrap this around and hold it there. While you're holding it, grab your snips and just trim off the excess so that it's not going into the hole there. Keep holding it and grab your pencil, and you're going to make a mark in the center. So it's equidistant in the center if you're picky. If you're not picky, don't worry about it. And then you want this line to be as wide as your ribbon or a little wider. This is going to make it really easy when we go to punch this out to line this up so that you don't have to guess. You know exactly where it is and punch it out. Now I'm going to, all those creases that I made, whoop, you can't see that. All those creases that I made, we're going to reinforce those. So we're going to fold them, and we're going to make sure that they're nice and straight against the edges. Keep going down, folding them. Just with your fingers. You don't even need to get your bone folder out for this. Okay, this is what I'm talking about. See how that is not, that's how it folded when I wrapped it around. So I'm going to square it up and then pinch it down. And I've got one more here. Now we're going to thread this back through. So we're going to thread it like this. It's going to be really obvious. So because you want the slit to be on the top where the ribbon is. So if you put it in the wrong way, just take it out and redo it so that the slit is on where the ribbon is. It's going to be super obvious. Okay, now grab your glue. And with holding this where it is, you're going to put a little thing of glue here and a little here. So you're going to put it on the outside of this one and the inside of this one, wrap it around, and glue it in place, making sure it's nice and straight, and just hold it there until it is stuck. Now you're going to take your ribbon, so make sure it's going underneath there. You're going to thread it right back through that slit and pull it, and then to tighten it up and get all the tidiness, your whole craft room is going to look amazing just like that. That took us 1 minute. All we needed was a piece of cardstock and a few simple tools that you probably already have. So as always, I have a project sheet. This one's going to be a little different. This one has lots of images so that you can follow through. This is the regular method, and then I'm also have the instructions for doing the spool, the thread spool, which I'm going to show you. These are free to my email subscribers in this first week, so make sure you're on my email list, and I'll email this out. I emailed it out this morning, but if you join late, it's always in my welcome email for that first week. Then it goes to my tutorial store. So if you miss that, you can pick it up in my tutorial store. Okay, so let's use this same method, but you can see this one is a wider ribbon. So this punch is not going to work the way we did it. It's also a wider spool. So for this one, because I checked, the 1/2 inch by 5.5 inch piece of cardstock is going to work. But the way you would check that is just put it through, fold it, make sure it's not extending past, wrap it around, and just make sure that you have that this is not covering up your hole. So if this was a wider spool, which I'm going to show you next, I'll show you what to do. When you go to mark this, make sure you're marking in the center, but also marking a long line that is as wide or a tiny bit wider than your ribbon. So then when we go to punch this, where's my punch? Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to line it up on the end of my mark, but it's not going to get all of my marks. So we're going to have to do this twice. So I'm going to punch it, and then I'm going to move this over, find out where the end of my line is that I marked, and then punch. And this is going to give us a nice wide opening for our ribbon. So just like the other one, we're going to put this through, put glue on the outside and on the inside, wrap it, straighten everything up. Oh, I forgot to crease it. I'm gonna do it now. There, that worked perfectly. Now make sure this is going underneath your cardstock, and then slip it right in there. Just like that. It fits perfectly because we measured it correctly with our pencil mark. Okay, now what if you have a really wide spool and also some ribbon that is narrow but also has like some depth to it? It's not thin, it's got these little things on the end. I'm going to show you. So this is how you check if your piece is long enough. So this is our regular 1/2 inch by 5.5. So I'm going to put it through, fold it up, fold it around. It's not going to fit. So that's when you get your paper trimmer back out. So instead of cutting your cardstock like this, which would make it shorter, rotate it so you're cutting it on the long side. Now, if your spool is larger than that, use your full piece of cardstock and cut it at 11 inches long. You can also adjust the width of this if you need to. So now for this one, I'm gonna make that's about the width of the ribbon. I'm just going to add just the tiniest bit more for these puffy things. But these puffy things, because they are thicker, I'm going to show you how to punch that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to find my line that I made, but I'm going to push it all the way to the right. So it is lined up with the right side there, because what we're going to do is we're going to punch it again. I'm going to move my punch over so that my punch is on the left, what I already punched, and that's going to make this a little extra wide. Now we'll go ahead and fold these down. I forgot to do this last time, but I do like the sharper look of this being reinforced with a little pinching. Now we're just going to thread this through. There, and you can see that moves pretty well underneath there. You can make this larger if you want. Now for this one, these little balls are giving this a little trouble, but you just have to move it like this to wind it back up. But when you're taking it out, it seems to move very, very easily. So that's a small price to pay for me to not have this ribbon all over the place. So what I'm going to do is kind of loosen it up like that and then move this to tighten it up. That would be the way to fix that. So now we've got regular ribbon, wide ribbon, puffy ribbon with a big spool. And now here, this one is a thin ribbon. Used the same method, but just used the hole punch for this to accommodate that thinner thread. But now for these, which are always a tangled mess in my drawer, this even works on this, but I'm gonna do it a little differently. For this, you just make a little cap that you can cap on here and then twist this to tighten it up and tidy it up so it doesn't go anywhere. Now this is a brand new linen thread, and you can see that there's just the tiniest bit of spool to work with here. And I found that it was easier to get a spool that is almost gone to make them for these larger spools that already have so much thread on them. Now you can make this the exact same steps as the other spools, but I did find just a faster way to make these exact ones. So I go ahead and pre-measure this to 2 1/4, mark it in the center. This really helps to get that, that hole punch exactly where you want it. When you go to put it in your hole punch, you know you've got the center, pop it out. Now take your spool, and we're gonna wrap this around nice and tightly. No need to crease it because this is round. And then you're just gonna glue it like you did the other one. This is actually faster than making the other ones. Now, the regular spools, I got that down to 1 minute and 11 seconds. See if you can beat me. These are really fast. It's actually longer to sit here and hold it and make sure that it is nice and adhered before you go and thread it through. So to thread this through, take the little cap off, put this in the hole and then down the hole to create that little cap, and then you twist it, twist it, twist it. If you have a lot of thread, you might want to hand twist it, and there it kind of locks into place there. So now this one, as a prototype, I wouldn't thread it through. I'd go ahead, make it on this one with the big spool available, but then thread my other one in there. So if there's a lot of thread, I would kind of wind it up a little bit and then twist it the rest of the way like that. So no more tangled ends on these. Isn't that awesome? Now I did make this one a color because I'll be honest with you, the glue was gushing out on this, and on the white cardstock it was getting like black with my finger oils, and I did not like that. So I chose a colored cardstock for some of these, and I like that better. Now, some other tips for using this. When you can just pull this out the length that you need. But then when you go to put it back, like if you're just so excited like I was and I made it come out, don't worry. You can just thread it right back through. Make sure this is underneath and then thread it right back through. There we go, just like that. Please let me know if you give this hack a try. It is like changed my craft room, and I hope it does yours. I hope this tip is so helpful to you to help tidy up your craft room. Please let me know if you give it a try. I would love to hear. Thank you so much for watching. Hey, I put out a new card making video every Friday, so I hope to see you here next week. Have a sunny day.